Hi guys, if you're having trouble with the decimal part of the math packet, what I would suggest is that you use a place value chart to help you. Now, we don't have the place value charts that we usually use because they're at Gomes and we're at home, but you can make your own, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, you can use any paper, an old paper bag, a scrap paper, lined paper, whatever works best for you. So you could use this, whatever works best for you. Okay. So we are going to first start with putting our decimal point because we're talking about decimal numbers. And then I'm going to work left to the whole number. So I'm going to put 3 lines there for my ones, tens, and hundreds places. Okay? And then my comma, because that's its own family, remember? And then 3 more for thousands, ten thousands, and I'm going to abbreviate thousands with the TH, and 100,000s. And the biggest I'm going to put on this chart is millions. So there's my whole number side of my place value chart, okay? To the right of the decimal is where we get into those fractional pieces. So that first place is the tenths. Remember, it has a TH after it. Then the hundredths. And then the thousandths, okay? So take a look at that as a whole. That's what your place value chart should look like. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, then the millions. And to the right of the decimal, tenths, hundredths, thousands. Now, how this will help you, if you hold on to this, you can use it over and over. So for instance, on this page of the packet, it's asking you to write the word form of each decimal. So if you take this number, and it's 0.2, and we plug it in here, so there's my decimal point, so 0.2, okay? So if I put that in my place value chart, it helps me say what the number is, because the 2 is in the tenths. So in words, that would be 2 tenths, okay? And then, if I need it again, I can just erase. Okay? All right, let's try another one of these. So let's try number 8. Number 8 says 9.4. So here's the 9, the decimal, and the 4. So that would be 9 and 4 tenths. Okay, see how it helps me say the number. So I could write the words 9 and 4 tenths. Okay? All right. On this page, it can help me because I can use my place value chart to be able to figure out how this number would look. You have to write the actual number that matches those words. So if I'm saying 1 and 6 tenths, there's 1 and 6 in the tenths place. And if you want, you can write yourself a little note that the decimal says and. So that's 1 and 6 tenths. Okay? So if I need 1 and 6 tenths, it looks like this. 1 and 6 tenths. Or, if they give us the expanded form, so say here they give us the expanded form, okay, 2 times 10, that means there's a 2 in the tens place. So I find my tens place and I put a 2. 7 times 1/10 means there's a 7 in the tenths place. Here's the tenths place, so I put a 7. And then 3 times 1/100th, that means there's a 3 in the hundredths place. So there's my hundredths place, I put a 3, okay? Then any place that I have a empty number, you know, we can put our placeholder 0. So this is what that number looks like. 20 and 73 hundredths. Okay, 20 and 73 hundredths. All right. On this page, it's making a comparison. So you have to be able to tell whether this is bigger or this is bigger. And once again, you can use your place value chart. So if we plug in this number into our place value chart, we have 0.05. So 0.05. And then this number I'm going to put right below it. Okay, so 0.5. 0.5. I'm going to line up those decimal points. Okay, so then I check the highest place value. They're the same, they're both zeros. Then I go to the next place value. A 5 is bigger than a 0. So this is the bigger number. 5/10 is bigger than 5/100. So here's 5/10 is bigger than 5/100. So I'm going to make my sign like that. 5/100 is less than 5/10. Remember, the mouth eats the bigger number. Okay. Finally, here's our rounding. Okay. This can also help you with rounding, our place value chart. So, it helps if you make your chart in pen or marker so that if you're erasing your pencil numbers, the place value chart will stay in place, okay? So let's look at this one. We're rounding to the nearest tenth. So we have 0.32. So we have 0.32 or 0 and 32 hundredths. We need to round to the nearest tenth. So here's my tenths place. That's the number I'm going to hold on to, or it might get bigger. It's the number next door, remember, that tells it stay the same or grow bigger, okay? So that 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, remember, that stay the same. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is going to grow bigger, okay? So that 2 is on the stay the same list, which means that 3 is going to stay the same. So my rounded number will have the same 0, the same 3, and then everything after that number goes away. We're going to end all of our numbers in the tenths place. So this would be 0.3. 0 and 3 tenths. Okay? Every number in this top section should end in the tenths. When we get down here and it asks us to round to the hundredths, then we'll be putting that number in, but we'll be rounding to the hundredths place. And finally, on the bottom, it asks to round to the nearest whole number. Some of us forget the whole number is the ones place, okay? So that's your whole number, all right? Hopefully that helps remind you how to do decimals. Hopefully that helps remind you. And if you hold on to this, it'll help you with all of those pages, all of your pages of decimals. The place value chart will be your best friend.